Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Edna.
And I'm Harminder Singh. Here's a look at tonight's top stories.
In a landmark judgment, Hong Kong's highest court has ruled that a homosexual couple can have the same benefits as heterosexual couples.
Lawyers and other legal professionals, all dressed in black, have protested silently against proposed extradition law amendments.
And former Governor Chris Patten slams extradition law changes and says it breaks firewall between two jurisdictions.
A homosexual couple have won a landmark victory after the Court of Final Appeal ruled that they can have spousal benefits and joint tax assessment.
The ruling comes at the end of a long legal battle which began when a senior immigration officer took the government to the court after his partner was not granted medical benefits. Michelle Ng reports.
There was another victory for Hong Kong's gay community today when the Court of Final Appeal ruled that married homosexual couples can enjoy spousal benefits and joint tax assessment, the same as heterosexual couples. Senior immigration officer Angus Leung took his case all the way to the city's highest court in a bid to win those benefits for his partner Scott Adams, whom he married in New Zealand in 2014. A 5-judge panel ruled unanimously in Leung's favor, saying there is no correlation between rejecting benefits for homosexual couples and safeguarding the institution of marriage. The panel said it is difficult to see how any person will be encouraged to enter into an opposite-sex marriage in Hong Kong because the same-sex spouse is denied those benefits. The tax laws, the judges noted, do not serve the purpose of promoting marriage between a man and a woman, as they also recognize polygamous marriage. The court agreed that the government has to protect the institution of marriage, but it rejected the prevailing views of the community on marriage as a relevant consideration, since reliance on the absence of a majority consensus as a reason for rejecting a minority's claim is inimical in principle to fundamental rights. The judges added that there is no administrative difficulty in proving that Leung is married, as he has a marriage certificate. Both parties were asked to suggest how the judgment can be enforced. Michelle Ng, HKIBC.
The couple who won the court case said the ruling showed their love is no different to others.
But lawmakers had mixed views, with some warning that the ruling could have social consequences. More from Michelle Ng.
It was a victory of love. That was how senior immigration officer Angus Leung described the landmark ruling, which gave him and his gay partner the same rights as other married couples.
We welcome for the judgment this morning, but we understand that it's just a small step for the equality in Hong Kong. We urge the government to, review all their policies and legislation to see if there's any other, discriminative nature and try to rectify it before any other, citizens have to come up and go through the same legal process.
Openly gay legislator Ray Chan praised Leung's efforts and courage to fight for rights which members of the lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender community should be entitled to. He urged the government to stop fighting LGBT equality lawsuits.
I wish the government also reckon that this victory is not limited to spousal benefits and filing joint tax return for LGBT civil servants. It implies that LGBT equality before the law is enshrined in the letter and spirit of the law.
Former member of the Equal Opportunities Commission and lawmaker Holden Chow said he respects the court's decision, but has reservations.
People will start to have a perception that we are going to change our legalized marriage between one man and one woman. Although the court remains silent and they do not provide any opinion or request upon changing the current marriage system.
The government said it respects the ruling and will consider it carefully. Michelle Ng, HKIBC.
Hundreds of legal professionals took to the streets today to show their opposition against the government's controversial extradition changes.
The legal sector has urged the administration not to rush into passing the law. Hundreds of legal professionals dressed in black gathered outside the Court of Final Appeal before marching in silence to government headquarters in Tamar. They were protesting against the government's plan to amend the extradition law. Both the Law Society and Bar Association have expressed reservations and urged the government not to steamroller the bill through the Legislative Council.
It's already affecting Hong Kong. People are very concerned, very afraid, and are very aware of the lack of a fair trial system in China. And that's what's provoking all this fear. And there's no need for the government to rush this bill through at this stage. They can take their time by dealing first with the Taiwan issue, and then we can slowly discuss how this bill should be properly crafted and put before the LegCo for proper discussion. No need to rush. That's the main concern.
If passed, the legislation would allow Hong Kong to send suspects on a case-by-case basis to jurisdictions it does not have an extradition agreement with, including the mainland and Taiwan. There have been fears that Beijing could use the new arrangement to target political opponents, or that suspects would be sent to the mainland where they may not receive a fair trial. Meanwhile, 5 pro-democracy lawmakers are holding a tag-team effort to maintain a presence in the LegCo meeting room, where the controversial bill will be debated. Eddie Chu, Jeremy Tam, Roy Kwong, Ted Ho and Gary Fan will be staying there until protesters arrive at LegCo building following Sunday's protest against the bill. Pro-democracy camp convener Claudia Mo dismissed suggestions that the move is an attempt